All right, white cat versus orange cat. All right, casino. No gambling today. Unless they go to Texas. Lantern, casino, plant, and what? Citadel.
City, okay.
Oh wait, I missed sure enough.
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering what was taking so long for Tangerine to say their third. Alright, we're going to Pitfall.
Straight to Pitfall. No hesitation. Tangerine is the one to get back spawn, so he has to work against Serk's items first.
And they are not able to do so.
Wave. Yeah, could not manage to.
Ooh, that was a close bomb.
And another bomb. So far, Serk getting a really good amount of luck for items. Although Tangerine is ahead with an ice, which is probably going to be used at the bottom route there.
Oh, very lucky landing there for C, aka Serk. It was very close to being an instant kill with no resources to recover on the next point. Now it's more of a win trade situation. Serk cycling out a rocket for a rocket.
Very good.
However,
bomb.
Tangerine is in the lead, which means rockets are useless.
Yeah, and because he's so close to a ceiling, he can't really cycle it yet.
Fortunately, there are spots that are less ceilinged. All right.
Very good. Ball.
Very good ball. However, Serk can now use his boost advantage to its fullest extent. Unless Tangerine does a perfectly timed shockwave to absolutely deny Serk, but Tangerine messes up the jump into the pipe and loses the point and the map. It is now 1-0. Alright, we're heading over to Speed City Knights. Oh, unfortunate landing there for Serk. Either they missed the slope or they got tackled. I don't know off the top of my head which that looks more like. Similar results either way. But they are able to recover and get that pre-ball off after earning a point with boost advantage too.
Manages to dodge it.
Ooh, ice hits. Causes a little bit of speed loss, but not all that much, considering the worst case scenario. Very good spot for a ball. 2 points for Serk. It is, and with a massive boost advantage here, there is very little that Tangerine can do. Good ice attempt. Serk saw it coming, however.
Yeah, very good awareness for Serk as well. You gotta give him that.
Oh, that's a nasty bomb. But Serk barely survives the bomb. trying to recover. Uses Shockwave to try to block that path. Not quite able to.
Holy.
Wow.
How is Serk still alive? How Serk survived that long?
Skills.
These guys are just really, really impressive.
Oh, and it looks like the map is over. 2-0. This is going almost exactly how it did with Debla. I mean, not Debla. Debla's the one that couldn't join the commentator booth. Crap, I can't remember the name of the person that we just picked out so that Serk could come in. And the furnace is back.
It was Dirk.
Oh yeah, Derp, not Debla. I knew it was a D-E something.
Alright. Both players taking different routes, but Serk managing
Ooh,
to get
just
the item
barely not quite high enough. Serk said. Good Shockwave.
Shockwave.
Even if he gets boosted through there, like grapple, it's cancelled. You know what affects the audience's viewing pleasure more than the microphone? The furnace. And I can't exactly control when it turns off and on.
Small missed grapple by Tangerine. Thankfully, there was a slope for him to catch up from his mistake. The ice there gonna be very good, forces Tangerine to take the bottom route. Although very good chocolate there. Serk did not expect this one.
And point for Serk.
Although yeah, it's still one-on-one in terms of points, so it's pretty even.
Yep. And they're neck and neck too, with basically the same amount of boost. Serk's falling slightly behind now.
Cycles the golden hook, but using it backwards removes it faster.
Depends on the situation, honestly. Sometimes using it forward cycles it faster, sometimes using it backwards, but that's a nasty spot for a rocket point for Tangerine. With boost advantage.
Another nasty keep that to the counter. Oh, Tangerine forgot the gate was open. Probably could have killed Serk faster if he remembered about that.
Or even at all. Because Serk is catching. Oh, never mind. Serk is dead. Alright, 2-1.
Damn. So far, very good matches. Seems like Serk seems to be better than Tangerine on the most like elder map on Pitfalls, Pit City Night, but on newer maps like Disco Lounge, Serk seems to be struggling a little more.
Yeah.
Very good weight on the shockwave. Tries to ball the booster chamber. Does not manage to though. Very good shockwave blocks the grapple as well from Tangerine. Serk trying to grid his ice, not trying to not use it, but Tangerine is still alive.
To do a massive sloped down cam kill. Very good use of the invented drill to block that ice. Serk gets hit with the ice, but is still alive despite that, and uses the bomb to seal in a kill with a pre-ball coming straight for Tangerine's face. Is that long enough for Serk to hit? No, it is not long enough for Serk to get hit as well.
Very good, very well played. He knew about the spawn. And also, given their levels, they should know about every possible spawn on this map. And both players trying to spam items as fast as possible to try and kill the other opponent.
Serk drops down low, uses that to get that final kill. 3-1 on the main match overall. I don't score on the maps. Alright. Serk needs a quick bathroom break. In the meantime, hopefully the furnace decides to leave.
Serk knows his piss break. Yeah, it's a tactical piss break. Just to review to review a lot of things. Let me check. He banned the map bans are sure enough Lantern, Casino, Plantation, Citadel, and New Age City.
Alright, heading over to the clubhouse.
Shockwave tries to slow down, but Tangerine makes multiple mistakes and could not even get any resources out of that. Although, it's not all over just yet, because Tangerine manages to take the lead. Gets over, manages to get some boosts, also some items. Yeah, ghost item. You could not even see he had a rocket on the stream. Okay, Tangerine decides to go forward with his ice, not trying to go backwards for a hit. Really trying to use it sparingly. Golden hooks are used left and right, trying to cycle or hit the opponent. I believe both possibilities are pretty good. Started trying to cycle his item, trying his best to make it across. Losing his jump because of the shockwave. Tries to golden hook to recover, but unfortunately cannot manage to. Golden hook gonna hit the wall again, and that's 3-2. You are very right. Alright, voting for Citadel. One of the newer... I'd say one of the newer maps. Oh, never mind.
Nope, Oasis Abyss.
Oh, yeah, it was banned. It was banned, you're right.
Yep, Citadel and Oasis Abyss are back.
Very good first point for Serk. Although Tangerine gets an ice there, which is extremely menacing.
Ooh, very good
Serk
dodge.
goes down to dodge the ice. Very well done. But Tangerine gets a bomb, which is pretty much undodgeable here. Gives
They had to use
Tangerine
it
a lot of
slightly
space.
earlier than they would have preferred in order to avoid the ice.
Even though he gave Tangerine a very big advantage, he has to blind run through everything in order to keep his lead, and he manages to do all of that.
Serk collects a
Very
bunch
cool.
of boosts before dying, however. Uses that to gain a massive lead on Tangerine almost immediately. And with that speed bonus, there's now a massive gap due to their box hit. Very, very malevolent shrine-esque place to put a box. There you go, I used a descriptor other than nasty. Are you happy now?
He looked at the dictionary to know synonyms of nasty.
No, I just used the ones that Eltra put in and decided to make one of them into a JJK reference. Because why not?
Tangerine having to use his drill to go past the bomb. Unfortunately, he swings back into the wall, allowing Serk to take the point. 4-2. Alright, genetics. The consistency map on this game that is both loved and hated by pretty much all the community. Very mixed feelings.
Either you love it or you hate it.
Very good shockwave to defend himself from the bomb. Very good angle on the rockets as well, but Serk managed to dodge it before the disaster. Tangerine, however, yeah, gets a very, very lethal ball in this very small corridor that Serk pretty much has no space to dodge. Ooh, that's an insane ice dodge right there. But this one, however, was not dodgeable.
Excellent shockwave attempt.
Serk going for the... using boost instead of going for the skip. Interesting. Going down as well to avoid Tangerine's ice. Although Tangerine's probably going to use his ice, yeah, at this point, because the floor is elevated and guarantees the ice hit.
Oh,
Very
just
well done.
barely ending the ice before it would hit Tangerine.
Tangerine got some very coldy butt cheeks right now. Just running very fast to hit them up. Even gets the drill to get rid of all the iciness. Although Serk's still trying to grab some ass. He's still getting a lot of golden hooks.
That one doesn't look like it ended up actually hitting. Another golden hook!
Serk, you need to quit. Stop
There we
grabbing
go.
balls. Why is everything
That's a very good
that Serk
shockwave.
grabbing- Why is everything that Serk grabbing circular?
Serk once again gets a golden hook. Now they have a missile,
finally.
which isn't particularly useful in a lot of spots here.
Although he gets in the corner, yeah, it forces Tangerine to use his drill. However, he used his drill very early, which could have been both a blessing.
We're
and,
about to hit
a curse.
sudden death once again.
Yeah, Tangerine has to... Ooh, makes a mistake for buying
2 sudden deaths, both times on the same map. Serk goes up slightly too high with that swing out of the boost area and has to grapple to recover instead of only having to do wall jump.
Very good box there. Tangerine on the edge of death.
And Serk deciding to go and risk hitting the skip because Tangerine would expect that and would have already started going the other way, so they wouldn't have time to recover, and the skip allowed Serk to gain enough speed to get that kill. Ooh, very close ice there.
Although Tangerine still managed to keep not his lead, but very close to it. Very good shockwave as well. Serk did not see that one coming.
Serk cycling out that bomb for an ice. Oh, that's lethal.
Ooh. Incredible ice read.
Ooh, if Serk had just gone a little farther before the point, they could have had a massive boost advantage.
Okay, Tangerine gets his own ice right now.
But it misses.
But Serk manages to squeeze it, to squeeze past it.
Now it's Serk's turn to have cold butt cheeks.
Damn, now Tangerine's gonna get everything circular now. Never mind.
That is very not.
Meanwhile, Serk just building rockets to his name. He's gonna get hired at NASA. NASA. I don't know how you say it actually.
NASA.
NASA. Okay.
Or if you want to be really fancy, I think it's National Aeronautics and Space Association or something. Or administration.
Believe it.
Let me double check. Yeah, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, if you want to be real fancy with it.
Damn, double ball into the drill.
Yep, sitting at 2-2 still, with Tangerine have a minor boost advantage. Not anymore.
Yeah, immediate golden hook. Not very useful. But so far, Tangerine managed to cut the corner sharper than Serk and allows to get a lot more advantage. Okay, Serk trying to go for a cheeky ball. If both players manage to be fast enough, they might get hit by this ball, which barely gets destroyed. Very good shockwave from downtown. Serk should still be alive, but by a hair. If he makes a single mistake right now, it's gonna be very difficult. However, Tangerine is blind running through everything, so he has pretty much a much higher chances of making a mistake than Serk.
Ooh,
pretty much
almost hit with that ball.
Serk is catching up slowly but surely. Tangerine trying his best to use all the item he gets to slow down Serk.
And it's not working. Serk has caught pretty much all the way back up, and we're about to enter sudden death for the second time on this map in this match. Third time on this map in the entire tournament.
Tangerine trying to predict the bomb, however, Serk still holding on to it. Manages to get past the bomb. The explosion just slightly too late. The ice immediately forces Serk to the ground. A second ice.
But that one misses!
Oh, really?
And Serk is still alive. The ice did not slow them down enough to kill. And we're in sudden death once again. Serk able to use the faster route up in order to gain some more ground back. Slowly catching back up once again. Bunch of shockwaves.
Double shockwave. Serk completely out of boost. A single shockwave and it's over for him.
But Tangerine does not have a shockwave right now.
Oh, however, he's gonna get an item right now. That's a boss. Not as strong, but very powerful as well.
Ice! And Tangerine is able to dodge it. Screen is getting real close in now.
Very good angle for both players. Good attempt with the golden grapple there.
Oh, and the vertical drop kills Serk, bringing it to 4-3.
Holy, that was a round and a half.
Ugh.
And worst of all is that they have to play. They have to continue playing for pretty much for pretty much like 15 other minutes.
Yeah, and worst of all, Serk can just pick genetics again.
Genetics torture. All right, Snowden. He wants a small break from all of that spam grappling. Either using a controller or a keyboard. Their fingers are pretty much on fire.
Oh, that's a nasty ball.
Yeah, juggling the enemy right there. Very powerful.
And a second point rapidly for Serk. Serk is having no mercy today. Serk decides to go backwards to dodge the ice and do a bit of wind trading. And they spawn in boosts, so most of what they traded away for is useless. However, bomb.
Bomb slightly too late, unfortunately.
Yep.
They still managed to be very far ahead and put a lot of pressure on Tangerine because a single round is all it takes. And Tangerine knows that. He has to use everything to catch up.
Uh-oh. Serk messed up a grapple, giving Tangerine the lead. And with that crate, that is a point with Serk deciding to run backwards to go and make sure that they die. I don't remember why they would have done that. Oh, you know, to grab an item, right? This item's for that. Ooh, very good attempted ice there. If that had hit, that would have been lethal.
Very high.
Yep, slowed down a lot.
Gonna have to remember that box for the next lap.
Oh, that's, I think, a lethal rocket. Yes, it is. And it is now 5-3, I believe. Yep.
This round felt so like just too short compared to what we got on genetics.
All right, we're heading over to Ocean Slide.
Another very high spam grapple heavy map. Let's see who gives up first. Very good shockwave, immediate one at that. Alright. Tangerine's rocket is a bit far to have any effects. So yeah, he's gonna cycle it. Try to move erratically to dodge any possible Serk's golden hook. Next item is gonna be detrimental.
Oh, that's a lethal ice.
Very good ice. Tangerine uses all he can to even cycle items, hopefully to get another item that's just as good. He manages to get a rocket and also tackle Serk on the border of the world.
Serk has no more ground to give. And I think this is going to be it. Yep. 5-4.
Players just ping-bonging some scores here and there.
Alright, we're heading over for Texas. Gambling time. Ooh, this is not a good situation for Tangerine. Yep, first point goes to Serk.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have to use his bomb. However, since he spawns behind, it may have been a good idea to use the bomb instead.
Maybe saving it for a bomb boost later. Or that. Good ball.
Yeah, this position as well is very good.
Ooh. Now Tangerine has the bomb. And
Serk taking this very large to not get hit by the ball was very clever.
Yep, gotta do what you gotta do.
It's not managed to land. Alright, both players going for gainers. Both of them got pretty good ones. Alright, Serk going for top proud despite not having much boost to work with.
Didn't need it.
Very risky move.
Ooh,
Very
Serk
ice.
wins the ice duel. With an extra rocket to top it off, even though that was entirely unnecessary. Ooh, attempted crate to the face, does not hit.
Serk trying his best to get rid of Tangerine, but it just nothing works. Never mind, it works.
Serk now has the point advantage and he had a negligible boost advantage. Now that's mostly gone. Oh, wow, that was very close. If that had not landed for like a couple frames on Serk's end, I think that would have been straight into the saw blades with that.
Yeah, Serk definitely lost some whiskers there.
Yeah.
He just used one of his 9 lives.
He went to the barber shop, and now it's 6-4.
Damn, so this is Tangerine's pick.
Yep.
What's he gonna do?
And it's their final pick of this match. And yes, Mr. Furnace is back.
Alright, Dragon City.
Yep.
Trying to cam kill it pretty much immediately. Very ballsy move. Now the shockwaves, they're not gonna be very useful because of how far Serk is. However, if Tangerine slows down a bit, he might be able, to use it there. Very
Fortunately,
well
Serk was able to recover. But that nasty little camp kill.
I'm not even sure this one was necessary. Pretty sure he could have just went forward and it would have killed.
Probably.
However, I am not nearly at their level, so they might know something I don't. Alright, Serk has a lot of boost compared to Tangerine, so he can pretty much outrun his item. However, it looks like he's looking to, stay close to Tangerine to not get hit. However, Tangerine makes the weirdest move possible to hit Serk, weirdly enough, to hit him. But Serk does not yield, keeping his lead. Box, pretty good. However, since there was a booster right next to it, it pretty much does nothing.
Tangerine pulls off a couple of clever grapples in order to avoid death.
Serk barely survives it as well. Gets a rocket off of it.
I meant to say that Serk did the clever grapples. Oops. They're both cats. And Serk manages to pull it off. 7-4, I believe that means.
Yep, 7-4.
All right.
What a match.